Hello, I'm David Otey, and this is the last in a series of 9 videos on the theme of 9 clues for avoiding the most common mistakes I see people make in technical presentations. The 9 letters in the phrase 9 clues have been our roadmap, and they have led us at last to the letter S, which stands for, drum roll please, the most common mistake of all, starting with your visuals. No, I don't mean beginning a presentation by showing us a slide. I mean starting your preparation process by creating your visuals first. A mistake I see over and over and over again. Too many presenters think that the first, and in many cases the only thing they do to prepare for a presentation is to create a PowerPoint. Those are people who have not seen these videos. They don't understand the importance of starting with their purpose and starting with an understanding of what the audience needs from them and of the story they're going to tell. And they certainly don't realize that they are committing error number 5, which is confusing the visual aid with the presentation. Nor do they realize that by starting with a visual aid instead of planning their words, they are committing error number 6, lack of preparation. In fact, if you have been watching all the videos in this series, you realize that it all converges on this point. There is a process for creating a successful technical presentation. You picked up a 6-step version of that process back in video number 6. And if you remember, visuals don't come in until step 4 of that process. Now, if you think back through that process, sometimes people get stuck on step 2, which is creating an outline, and they want to jump straight to the visuals. Don't make that mistake. Even if an outline doesn't feel natural to you, that's fine. There's other ways of doing it besides following traditional structures for an outline, which admittedly may be uncomfortable because they are forcing your thought pattern into a particular structure. There's other ways of doing it. For example, often when I start planning a presentation, I'll start with a whiteboard and markers, or I'll start with sticky notes and put sticky notes on that board and start in a very flexible way to make connections between those ideas. Often that process helps me achieve clarity about my specific purpose, which, if you remember from video number 1, means the answer to the question, what do I want my listeners to think, do, or feel differently when I'm done? So be clear on your purpose. Be clear on what your audience needs from you. Be clear on your story, which means what you were striving for, what obstacle initially got in the way of achieving that, and what you had to create, invent, discover, learn in order to overcome that obstacle. Do all of those things before you even open your presentation software. Then you can avoid making the mistake of starting with your visuals, because when you do that, you are likely to go down a road from which it will be very difficult to make the shift to being audience-focused, which is how your ideas can make a difference in the world. I started this process of creating these 9 videos because I want you to be successful, and frankly because I want to see fewer bad, boring technical presentations. If you'd like to learn more about how I can help you avoid boring your audience and instead have a successful transfer of knowledge to your audience by creating a good technical presentation, then please reach out and contact me through my website, davidotey.com.